Hello, YouTube. Robert from Texas here. Hey, today I want to talk about fear. And I want to talk about one of the things you can do to combat that fear, to get over that fear. And it's what I think is to just take action, to do something. And I don't mean like go get a sandwich or something like that. Do something that's related to your fear, whatever that fear may be. And I don't really know, I haven't played out any scenarios in my head as to what kind of fear this could apply to. But I know that taking action is one of the steps that you have to do to get over that fear. Because in our heads, we're playing a scenario as to what might go wrong, what we want to happen. And I think that's all normal and natural. But we kind of stop ourselves from doing what we want to do because we're playing that game in our head of, okay, this has to happen, this has to happen. I'm going to say it like this. I'm going to wait for this time of day. And you keep like building up a scenario. And he's like, well, what if this happens? What if that happens? What if she says this? What if she says? I'm thinking about, like, if you're to ask a girl that you're kind of sweet on, but you're scared to approach her, and in your head you've got all these scenarios of what could happen, and yet nothing has happened. Nothing has happened. She hasn't said yes to you. She hasn't said no to you. She hasn't said anything to you because you haven't approached her. You haven't done anything. But in your head you've done all these things, and you've done like, oh, what if she says this? What if she says that? And you've played some good parts too, like, oh, we'll go this, we'll go do that, and then we'll get married or something. I'm just kidding, but you haven't done anything. You're playing out the scenario in your head. You're thinking up plots, but nothing's happened, and you're still frightful. It's like that's what's paralyzing you. You're not doing anything because you're still scared. And if you were just to just take action, just take those 3 steps towards her. That's something. That's you approaching her. And that's that's just one silly scenario I think about. What I have read about is like people in the military who have to jump out of airplanes and it's their first time. They don't even have a chance to think about jumping out of the airplane. They're up, and that's what I've heard, right? They're in the airplane, and their instructor's out there, and it says they have to commit. They have to jump. They can't pause and stop and think about it. They have to jump out, and they have to jump out. They can't kind of like sit there and think about jumping out. I think one book I read a long time ago was one of the instructors was saying something like, you have to jump out. You can't pause. You can't stay still. You have to jump. And the author of the book was in that lineup to go jump, and someone in front of him paused, stopped, and he got stuck. He physically couldn't move because he was so scared. He didn't take action. He finally was able to go up, but because of that stall that he did, something happened. I can't remember. He survived, but I mean, it was I can't remember whether his chute got caught on something or his strap got caught on something, and now it's simply because he stalled. He just stopped himself. He didn't take action. And that's relatable to another story I heard about parachuting and jumping, is that you have to do it. You have to commit to it, and you have to do something. You have to jump out of it. You have to go out. You really can't spend time thinking about what it is that you want to do. And I think that's normal. It's natural. You want things to go one certain way, but you'll sit there and you'll think about things to go in one way, and then you don't do anything about it. So one thing I've heard too is like, to be ready, to fire, and then aim. So I thought that was kind of funny because a lot of times it's reversed, right? You get ready, you aim, and then you fire. But what I had read someplace, one of the books, it was to get ready, then you fire, and then you aim. And that could be applicable to a lot of different things, I guess. But to me, it's something that like you got to take action. You got to get your stuff ready, and then you got to just do it. Take that action. Another analogy I can think of is when you're at the pool, a hot summer day, and you want to go into that pool and cool off, and you want to be refreshed, but you put your foot in there, and it's like, whoa, that is so cold. There's no way I'm going to go in there. So you sit there, and you're like, okay, I'll put the other foot in, and you start waving your feet, and everybody else is cooling off and having fun, but you're there trying to get in there little by little, just slowly going at it, and man, you're missing out. You're not cooling off. You're still just as hot as you were, but you're just hesitating. You're just taking these little small steps. And I guess in a way that's a good thing because you are taking action. But compared to what I do when it's like those hot summer days and I know I want to get in the pool, I dive right in. I jump right in. And that sting of cold, it goes away in less than a second. And I'm able to go there and have fun in the pool. Meanwhile, I see others sit there and struggle and worry and, well, not worry, but they're sitting there trying to get acclimated to the pool, and it's just taking them forever. I mean, I think that's kind of what the fear is sometimes. And I'm sure there's morbid fears like phobias and stuff. And I wonder if you were scared of snakes, what would you do? Or I could, it's hypnosis maybe and stuff. But then that would be, if you wanted to get cured from a fear of snakes, take action to do something about it. And doing something instead of sitting there worrying about it. I don't know if that's a good analogy or not, but you want to take action. You're fearful of giving that speech. Well, then do something about it. Don't just sit there and fret and worry about your speech. Oh, I got to give a speech. Oh my gosh, I got to give a speech. I got to do this. I got to do that. Well, then prepare for it. Do something. Get ready for it. I remember giving speeches and now, man, it sucks, It's, your heart's racing, you're sweating, your heart's like getting ready to pump out of your chest, and it's today's the day you got to give the speech. And you just got to do it, I prepared for it. I remember giving a speech in school, and we had time to memorize the speech and all that kind of stuff. But I think that's what you got to do. You just got to take action for any kind of fear that you have. Do something. Don't sit there and play the games in your head. Don't sit there and worry about everything. Try something. And don't have a fear of failure because you tried something. I don't know if that makes any sense, you guys. Please let me know in the comments below or the comments somewhere. And let's talk about what you guys think about taking action to combat fear. One of the first steps you should do to combat fear. Okay, you guys, that's it for now. Please comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye for now.